Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. So in a moment, we're going to be having Barbara Shirts on. We're going to be talking a little bit about venturing into a cash PT base model, which is a very exciting topic because that's what I do myself. And I think many PTs are now going down this route just so they don't have to play the insurance game and grind. In the meantime, if you're an entrepreneur or you have a friend that's an entrepreneur that you would think has some great tips to share and would like to be interviewed, just comment below and I'll get them on here on Facebook Live. Good morning, Barbara. Let's get you on here. Let's see. Whoops. Up. Hey, Barbara, are you on your phone? Can you comment below because it's not showing up that you have a video option. So get on your phone and put it landscapes, put it sideways. So we'll give her a minute here. Also, if you guys have been listening for a while, I know most of you are really busy in life in general, but could benefit possibly from the tips people I chat with have and bring to the table. So just listening options, just remember, oh, there we go, that you guys can treat this almost like a podcast, but do things around the house and then pop it and comment when something resonates, or went on a walk and, leave your, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And just leave any comments later, or, don't feel pressure to watch the video, but you can always listen in too at the same time. So, good morning, Barbara.
Hi, good to see you.
All right, so I'm going to give a little brief bio here about Barbara. So Barbara has been practicing physical therapy since 1992, working in a variety of settings on all kinds of patient issues. Her passion for yoga started with an injury of her own and was ignited, great word, when she later discovered the prospect of combining her professional career with her passion for yoga and fitness. She has been studying therapeutic yoga since 2013, receiving her 200 RYT and CIAYT.
I don't know what they call it.
Registered yoga therapist?
Yeah.
Yeah. CIAYT for yoga therapy. Her private practice is Barefoot Physical Therapy and Yoga. She teaches weekly yoga classes at a local yoga studio, focusing on her rehab practice, as well as incorporating traditional manual therapy techniques blended with therapeutic yoga postures, and has recently added an online fitness and nutritional component, extending her reach and rounding out her concept of optimal wellness. But all that is so important. And
it's just like, ma.
I know, that's what I feel sometimes when I talk about what I do in my business too. It can be a hodgepodge of things, but then at the same time, they all come together to have this umbrella of wellness, because really to help someone heal from pain or prevent injury and fully rehab, it's much more than just that physical injury.
Yeah, I know. We're always like pulling from other areas, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, with all this, what do you feel that your specialty or expertise is?
Yeah, okay. I've been asked this question before too. And it's like expert of nothing, student of everything, right? I mean, we're constantly learning. Our clients, our patients, they teach us every day. Constantly continuing education on anything that I'm just like a sponge. I love learning. I'm just a nerd in that way, I guess. Anything I don't know enough about, I want to know more about.
Kindred spirit.
Yeah, right? I mean, come on, look at my bookshelf is like, anyway, I would say though, like my gifts probably lie in, let's see, manual orthopedic therapy. I do a lot of fall risk reduction, vestibular rehabilitation, and sensory integration. And then post-acute care, total joint replacements, hips and knees. Is where like my physical practice is. And then, the yogi in me, the yoga therapist in me, I do a lot of that with a lot of my private clients more. for those who accept it, who are interested in it, and who it's applicable for, and if they want to go down that lane. So, yeah, does that answer the question?
Yeah, totally. And you're now starting to incorporate being a cash-based PT too, right?
Yes. Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't quite made that leap yet. I'm kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Mhm.
I am cash-based private pay with a huge aspect of how I spend my time, but then I'm still got 1 foot in the door in a home health agency.
Okay.
And I mean, I love the agency. I love the consistency and the, you know, like I can count on that work and that income, and the demographic, because I'm not, I don't accept any insurance, and especially I don't do any Medicare. And the demographic with the home health is that geriatric population, which I just love. I like working with that geriatric population, and I really feel like I make a difference in their quality of life.
Oh, sure.
And that is so rewarding. So I feel like I would just be giving up that whole piece of my career if I were to leave. And, you know, certainly I could accept Medicare and keep going, but I just don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah. If you're a PT, don't dig the Medicare paperwork. Comment below. Yeah.
I know. I mean, I already get enough of it, you know, through the agency. And
totally.
Just paperwork alone is, but so I'm half in and half out, only because of the way I choose to spend my time and the types of patients I enjoy treating. So.
Yeah, and those are key things, and you're not alone. I know many PTs that are starting to go off on their own, going more of the cash-based model, but they still have their toe dipped in another agency just to make the bills, you know. And really, that's the best way to get started. It's lower risk. You don't have to take out a giant loan. You can have income coming in while you're still growing your cash-based clients.
Yes.
And I tell you, when you're full-time cash-based, you'll never look back. Because you still
I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's just not, I keep notes and documentation, but it's, you know, more for myself or someone, if they really ask for it, I can, you know, give them, they can see their progression through therapy, but it's nothing like with G codes and all that kind of stuff, which for me, I just felt like when I was in that model, I had my head more in the computer and I was more, you know, that weight of having to finish a note and all that kind of stuff was overriding like the actual person sitting in front of me, and it just didn't resonate well. But there's many that can multitask and do it well, and that's their thing, and that's okay too. So you know, I think there's pros and cons to both. But yeah, so you know, as you move more into this cash-based wellness model, what does wellness really mean to you?
So at first this question sounds very easy, right? Like, what is wellness? You know, so you know, I've been a physical therapist for a long time. And so for the Western medicine model, you know, you go to that PT brain and wellness clicks into the physical body. But, you know, the yoga therapist in me, the yogi in me, and then just through, the evolution of my practice and my people that I'm working in, is so much more than that. It's more like, you know, the kosha model, right? Where you have to deal with so much. So when I'm interviewing my patients or talking to my clients, I go through like these 4 questions in my head. And I think that, and I'll tell you the 4 questions or the 4 places I go. And I always think that though, if I can balance those 4 components with anybody I'm talking to, then I could get them to optimal wellness, if and when that is ever achievable. But, you know, that would be it. So the first thing I look at is their physical body, right? And again, this is coming from my yoga therapy training that we did, and that kosha model. It's like, where are their aches and pains? Where are their glitches? Where are their hangups? Where are their limitations? Just, you know, what's going on in their physical body. And then I look at their breath, their energetic body. How are they breathing? Because sometimes, right, like it to just be a matter of teaching that diaphragmatic breath, getting out of the chest, getting rid of all of that, right? And then they think you're magical, right? Like, oh, you just had to teach me how to breathe. I feel so much better. So I look at their energetic body and their breath work. And then I go a little more subtly and I think, okay, what's the state of their mind, right? What's their mindset? Do they have any limiting beliefs that they're placing on themselves? Do they have realistic expectations? Do they have unrealistic expectations? With my vestibular patients and my balance patients, it's like, does their abilities match their confidence? Does their confidence match their abilities? And
That's
you know,
important.
that can work with anybody. So I kind of look at their mindset. You know, are they feeding their brain? Do they do any kind of, you know, personal development? You know, what are they doing intellectually, or where are they intellectually? And then, of course, the final one is, you know, the heart. Where are they emotionally? Like, what is this going to do for them? Like, where do they want to be? Where do they want to go? What is their why? Right?
Exactly.
So I kind of go through those little mental steps in my head, interviewing my patients or talking with my clients, and then I try to fill in the gaps. And then that kind of makes my treatment plan.
Wellness.
And then wellness.
No,
if it's
I
achievable.
do it
I mean,
yeah,
all of us have imbalances.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do a very similar thing, because if one area isn't addressed, then you know there can be a delay in healing, or they're not getting that or full benefit of the therapy, or like in a couple months later they have a return of pain, and why is that, right?
Yeah, what's changed? Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the biggest tip that you give a lot of your patients or clients?
A big tip lately that I've been giving is something that I've learned lately in the last year, and a concept that I've been adopting, which is small changes over time, huge results, right?
Compound effect.
The compounded, you read it. I know. I read it like 3 times. I want my kids to read it. Everybody should read that book, The Compound Effect. It was turned on to me earlier last year. And it's true. And my mom, you know, she would say to us when we're, you know, stressing in school or life, whatever, she would say, how do you eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time. And so it's like, you know, so it's like the same thing, right? In the Western medicine model of physical therapy, we set short-term and long-term goals. And it's the same sort of thing, like big picture, where do you want to be? What's your vision? What's your, you know, what is it that you see when you close your eyes without any limitations? Where do you want to be? So get there, but, you know, let's
take little steps.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, it's motivation that gets us started, consistency and persistence that keeps us going. So then that's kind of what my role is to, you know, show them those little successes and have them celebrate those little successes along the way, because even though they're not at that big goal at the end, they're hitting it, and that's the only way to get there. So
yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, your dad said the small steps, Sophie.
Oh,
you
that's
have your own story.
The elephant. Oh, how do you say that in Swedish?
I know, right?
That would sound beautiful.
I'm sure. But yeah, share your small step stories, because sometimes we try to bite off more than we can chew, back to the eating thing. And then we don't really get the results we want. But if we can break it down, chunk it down, and then keep adding on it, then you'll eventually get to where you want to go.
Or they quit, right? They quit.
Exactly.
Oh, that didn't work. You know, physical therapy didn't work, or yoga therapy didn't work, or yoga doesn't help. And it's like, well, yeah, because you have to like, it's a journey, right? You got to trust the process.
Yeah, and that can apply to like if you own your own business too. Like a lot of us entrepreneurs, we have, you know, these big dreams or visions or goals, whatever you want to call it. And really to get there, it takes time. A lot of it doesn't happen overnight, and you just have to diligently each day keep plugging away at something, and then you'll get to where you want to go. Right. But in the process, you know, a lot of us quit because it just, you don't really see that immediate feedback. But yeah,
and it's not always pretty, right? It's not always pretty, but
you'll get there.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
So you talked about this a little bit already, about how you incorporate wellness into your business model with the evaluation. And so how do you carry it through following treatments, or just in your business, your PT practice in general?
Yeah, right. So this is interesting because it's continuing to evolve, and it's been getting really kind of taking on a persona of its own and kind of organically kind of coming to be. And it started with me going into, taking my private pay patients and marketing to the pain, or I can help you with this, or don't live uncomfortably, and all those kind of marketing strategies that we use. But then I was getting that question, what next? Right? Like, we charge our patients like, well, now what? Come with me to my gym. Tell me like which exercises I'm supposed to do. I want to use the equipment wrong, or I want to do a 5K. Where do I start? How do I run with that? Or somebody who has joint pain and they need surgery, and the doctor's like, lose 15, 20 pounds. They're like, how do I do that? And so I was getting all of these questions, and crazy, but at the same time, I was doing a lot of these things for myself, by myself, because I was getting kind of crazy with the whole branching out on my own and trying to juggle both jobs. And I was gaining weight, and I was getting angry and short-tempered, and just moody, and my energy levels were dropping. And so then I started working on me, like with my my nutrition.
Yeah, I love all the pictures you post. So
motivational. Thank you. Well, it's just my journey, right? It's just I'm just out there doing what I do. But sharing it now, because like this little light bulb went off in my head. And I think it was you, Allison, like when we were talking that, I know, no, like when we were at the beach, like talking that one day, and I was like, where am I going with all of this? What am I doing? And you're like, throw it out to the universe, and it'll manifest itself. It'll come to you. And it did. It was like, ding, ding, ding. Hello, you're doing this for yourself, and it's working. So why can't you just share this with everybody who's asking you for it? And so, I just affiliated myself with this platform, and I'm using it in ways that are unique for me, but that are helping me help other people. So now it's like my vision, like 5 years ago or so, when I was thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, was always this brick and mortar kind of place, right? Where you go left if you're in pain, and you go right if you are not, like come in and get your physical therapy treatment, or go over here and take a nice yoga class and feel wonderful too. But I don't have a brick and mortar place. I'm a concierge practice. And now it's kind of like this, where, it's like, it's that whole, comes back to that whole optimal wellness picture. So yeah, some of my people in my wellness program do have pain, or are in rehab and on injury recovery on a modified program. And then other people are just organically just finding me and wanting to learn more of like a healthy lifestyle and nutrition and fitness. And so it's, it's just taking on a life of its own. And I'm just, I say I'm in my bus and I'm driving, but jump in and we're cruising. All this kind of been like my new thing, I guess.
There's a great book, the Energy Bus, and if you got the good vibe, then you got to get on the Energy Bus.
Get in my bus.
It's a really cute book.
And I'm in my car right now. I'm not driving.
I see that.
I had to carpool today, so.
It's okay. Anyway. I did a Zoom chat on Saturday from my car with our yoga therapy team. So, it's a great spot to have a video.
Yeah. I just carpooled today. I'm waiting for my daughter to take an exam. So.
Good luck to her.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
So, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, what's your biggest challenge that you've had to overcome?
Overcome. I'm still working on it. Fear. This will be my answer forever. I feel like I am riddled with fear, and I know that it's a choice, and I know, and I read that it's a manifestation of your own thoughts and all that stuff. Like cerebrally, I get it, but emotionally, fear, it just constantly holds me back. And it's always that question, am I enough? Like, do I know enough? Am I good enough? Do I have enough to offer? Or I don't know, fear of success, fear of failure. So fear is huge for me, but I'm getting better at it. And it's one of those things where, I'm just trying to like look it in the face, and instead of saying, I'm trying to like smile at it and put it away. But that has been a big challenge for me. But I have a great support system. My husband's constantly encouraging me, and the kids, get out of my way when I'm bouncing around in the living room doing my whatever, fitness stuff.
Your videos are awesome, and the music is great. If you haven't seen them, hop on to Instagram. They're awesome. And share your fear stories below, because we all have them. One way that I help is I just, meditate, and I'll pick an oil like hope, for example, if I feel
Mm,
stuck in that fear base and my mind's just like going in a circle. I just kind of try to snap myself out of it by just meditating on, abundance in whatever form that may be.
right. Good
But
idea.
yeah, it's a good one. I didn't think of it.
Hope. I'll remember that one. Get it
Yeah,
from you.
hope and abundance.
Give me a bottle of it.
Yeah, I just used it this morning. It smells amazing. Yeah. Yeah, but share your fear stories below, because we all have them, and the more that we can work together in a community and share ideas, then the more that we can all grow and evolve, really. But how do you incorporate wellness into your own life? You kind of gave us a little sneak preview.
Yeah, well, I've really gotten a good morning routine, and you, it sounds like we do a lot of the same things. I try to meditate / prayer in the morning. I always consider prayer as like the more talking to that higher good, and then
Okay.
meditation is listening. So I kind of alternate between those two.
I like that.
And then I consistently practice gratitude every morning. It's just, I just do,
That's huge.
because there's so much that, as much as we think we need, we really do have, we're lucky for so much. Yeah. So I do practice gratitude very regularly. I have a vision. I have a vision that I read and I think about and I envision every morning. And then, just basic behaviors. I have made the time to get 30 minutes of activity in every day. I am working on learning more about nutrition, so I'm feeding my body better, and I'm feeling so much better with all of that. And water is like a big thing for me right now. Last couple of weeks, I've been like really focused on my water. I'm in this program and it's all about water. And so that's been kind of fun, like just something new. And it's so basic, right? Like drink your water. We've been learning.
If any of you are in the yoga therapy training, comment below. That's kind of been like a running inside joke this whole last couple weekends.
Oh, really? Drink your water? Yeah, it's so basic, but it's so true.
It's so important. Yeah, it really is. And actually, my naturopath, Amy Chadwick, just sent out in her newsletter a whole thing on water intake too, because how, even being underhydrated just a very little bit, like milliliters level, can have a cascade response and on all these other physiological properties in the body about organ efficiency, energy levels, all this sort of thing.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Well, we're like 70% water, right? So imagine any little bit of dehydration is going to mess up our function. So
yeah, super important.
Yeah.
So as we wrap this up, any parting words of wisdom here?
Just be happy. Be happy. Find happiness, like whatever it is for you. Find it and keep it and cultivate it. Like, I don't know, you wake up and you don't look forward to your day, then something needs to change.
Right.
Have fun. Yeah, do something.
My new motto right now.
What is? Have fun?
Having fun.
Yeah, right? I mean, happiness is such a beautiful thing. So if you can find it, keep it, cultivate it, and make more of it.
Yeah, awesome.
Spread it and spread it.
Yeah.
I'm giving you guys happiness right now.
Thank you. So yeah, thank you so much, Barbara, for your energy. When we end this, will you comment all your social media tags and everywhere below so we know how to find you?
Sure.
And just tell us, how can we find you right now? What are the best ways?
Right now I'm kind of heavily on Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram handle is kind of long, but I just didn't know what else to come up with. It's Barefoot Physical Therapy Yoga.
I love it.
You'll find me there. That's where I put a lot of my stuff. I have a Facebook business page, just Barefoot Physical Therapy and Yoga. And then my webpage, www.barefootptyoga.com. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so she'll leave them below. So if you want to check her out, hop onto those links. And if you want to carry on this conversation, I recently started a Facebook group. It's the Ignite Wellness Community. I'll drop the link below. You can join in and we'll carry on these conversations about wellness, cash PT-based practice and support each other on our journeys. So thank you so much, Barbara, for
thank you.
sharing all your tips and your energy. Yes, it was very fun. I'm glad we could both find happiness and fun this morning.
I know. Let's try to get together soon.
Yes, please. Okay.
All right.
Okay, bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye.